Hey everyone, Ben Kroll here to give you my in the bag. I just want to come here, kind of give you a chance to look at what I'm throwing. It's been a while since I've done it in the bag, probably first one I've done since I've been with Prodigy. Give a shout out to my companies I'm with. I'm with Prodigy Disc Golf, Northern Lights Disc Golf, Airborn Disc Golf, LongTee, and Rollga. And it's just been a fun last few years. I just feel like I continue to kind of keep making those progressions I need to in my game, and I think a big part of it is right here, right in the bag. So let's get to it. Start with the putters, right? So top compartment here, I've got 5 putters all in here. Fit pretty nice, I like it. First of all, I got the new BP2 V3, and this thing is just awesome. It's feeling nice. There's BP2 V2, and it's just feeling awesome. It's holding up to everything I can put it up to, and for as low of a cost as it is, it's just a great bag. So always got a towel. Got to keep those discs dry, especially here in Minnesota. Never know what kind of conditions we got. Things are thawing out right now. First off, my main putter, Pinky here, getting a little beat up, so we'll see if I get a new one in this year or not. And then I got my kind of jump putter, also my beat up thrower, called Brienne. It's a disc I got from Visca, and this thing just flies awesome. It's just kind of a one-of-a-kind disc. I found actually a twinsy for it, and I can't wait to beat that one in and get that one working into the bag. I also got one of my Northern Lights team stamped PA2s, just 350G is what I like going with, the kind of a stiffer plastic. This thing's a little bit more beefy than my blue guy here, than Brienne. Then I got a Proto PA2, nice and stable. These things are definitely the most stable PA2s you can get out there. I got a lavender one too. Until this one gets too beat in, I probably won't be going to that lavender one anytime soon, at least. And then 350G PA4. I use this one for kind of long jumpers. I want to keep a little closer, give it a little bit better chance. Also those kind of tight window shots, turnovers, fun disc. I really like the PA4. Next, we're going to go with kind of that putter mid, those A2s. I got a 350G, a little bit more beat up. I throw them for forehands and backhands up shots. And then I also got my my Spectrum one here, 400 Spectrum, and this thing is a hog. Really like this. I can trust it into anything, any wind. It's always going to go left for me. So A2, get you one. And got some mids here. First one, my really beat in 300 series M4. I can throw this thing at really severe highs or angles out of the hand, and it just wants to roll up, flip up straight, and still turn to the right if I give it enough air. Gotta be a little careful, can't get a little too crazy with this. Probably don't throw it more than 70 to 80% at most. If I start throwing 100%, I don't think it's gonna go very far. Next here, one of my mac and cheese Proto M4s. These things just feel awesome. It's a little floppy. I like a little stiffer discs, but with the flight of this disc, it's hard to get it out of my bag. I just got to keep it in there. I got one of my 750G Spectrum M4s, a little bit straighter, still wants to roll up, can get it to turn over if I get a little bit flatter. Trust this a lot, really like how stiff it is. One of my BK Stamp 400G M4s. This thing's been a really good, stable M4. I can trust it into wind even, and it still just wants to kind of roll up. Doesn't burn over on me, still just moves a little left to right. Otherwise, with no wind, it just wants to finish, you know, a straight shot to a finish. Then a 350G M2. Use this when it gets a little windier out, when there's any wind or rain at all as well too. Can trust that grip, and it's still a nice stable disc, but it wants to go straight as well. And then nice Proto 400 gray M2. These things are a hog. I still haven't been able to find an M2 that flies like this, so I always got to keep one of these in the bag. Got a couple backups for it as well too. Next we'll go with the fairways. Yeah, if you see any of these BK stamps, get that disc back to me. It's probably one of mine. I don't really write my name on discs anymore, but I love to stamp them. So get it back to me. F5 400G. This thing is really flippy. Been in the bag now for a year and a half, couple years, and I can trust this thing into any type of highs or flip situation where I still need the disc to go right. Probably flippier than some of my M4s. So in those tunnel shots, I'll sometimes go to this because I can keep it a little bit lower than getting the height I need to on an M4. then nice stable F5, just nice flip up to straight at most. It doesn't really like to turn over too much unless I get it rolling out of my hand. But I think eventually this one will fly a lot like that orange guy. That's what I'm looking forward to. H3 Spectrum, one of my 2 Raven stamps, Northern Lights Disc Golf. I love this disc. This disc just flies so well. Can get them up to 400 feet. It's tough for me to get it that far, but still 350 to 375, really consistent. Get a nice flip up to straight, can roll some annies with it, let it pan out, or even just a flip up to highs or let it finish. It can throw a lot of different lines. I really like the H3. And then I got a 400G. This thing's a little bit newer. This thing actually came out really stable, kind of similar to my F1s, but still can get a little bit more pump on them. But this thing it handles a headwind a little bit better than my H3 V2 Spectrum that's been beat up. So this thing's a nice stable one. I can still throw it into wind and trust it. And then got a couple F1s here, 400 series. Had this F1 in the bag now for almost a season or so, and I like them for thumbers. I don't got a very big thumb, so I like the smaller rim discs. Probably don't throw a thumber more than 250 to 260, but I got it in there if I need it. This thing can handle the wind pretty well. If it gets too windy, more than 15 miles per hour or so, I'm usually not throwing it too much or not trusting it as much. But these newer runs here, I just feel like they're a little bit more stable, a little more flatter than the older runs. I really think this thing can handle more wind than my older runs. So I like having both in the bag. They really complement each other. Then finishing off with the drivers, I've got an X2 here. The red guy is opaque. These things are really overstable. Still thinking about getting an X1 in the bag just in case I need it for that wind. But this thing handles most wind situations and still wants to fight left. I can trust it really well. Kind of use it similar to a fairway driver. I really need to be really overstable. But I can just kind of slow down on it a little bit if I need to throw it a little bit shorter. And then I got a really overstable flat, just 400G D2. This is nothing special of a run other than the fact that it's just flatter than all the other ones I found. It's almost board flat, and this thing is very overstable, very similar to that X2. Probably don't throw it quite as far as some of my other D2s, but I can really trust it in the wind. I know it's not going to flip over. It might go straight if it's windy enough. But the thing just handles wind really well. One of my new BK stamped 400G D2s. These things are flying really, really nice. They're stable, yet I can still pump them. They still like to glide. So I can get running a little bit of an Annie and it just glides out the whole way and then finishes back, and I can get some good distance on them, or I can just throw it on that hyzer shot and I know it's not going to flip up. They've been really fighting the wind well. Same thing with my 400G yellow D2 here. Kind of similar to that, probably a little bit more flip up, doesn't handle the wind quite as well, but I can still trust it. It still is going to finish as long as I don't burn into the ground right away. Give it some air, this thing is going to fly really nice. I can still trust it in some windy situations. And then a 750G D1. I really like this thing for just pumps. You know, it kind of flies similar to my D2s. It kind of actually fits in the middle of them all, I feel like, where it wants to flip up, glide for a while, but it's still trusted to finish at the end. Get a little weird on this one sometimes in the wind, so I try not to, I don't expect it to fight the wind back super hard at the end, but I do want to give it a little bit of hyzer, let it flip up, or run some big annies with a little tailwind, and it can glide really well. Probably threw one of these about 460, 470 the other day, which is pretty good for me, and it's just consistent out of the hand. Then I got one of my kind of flippier D2s, 400G. It is feeling similar to my yellow one, but maybe a little bit more dome to it, and I can just get this thing to glide forever. Still wants to come back a little bit at the end. It's not quite as beat up as some of my older ones I've only had in the bag for about half a season, but it flies really nice. I really like it. Can still trust it. I'm getting big distance out of this D2, so you might be seeing me throwing this guy a lot. And then last but not least, my really fleshy D2. I haven't found a D2 that feels as nice as these kind of baby blue guys do, the older runs. Got a little bit of pop to it, but it's not too big of a shoulder. Fits just perfectly in the hand, and this thing's been beat up for a few seasons and it just wants to turn up, roll over, hold for a while, and then come back out. So I'll sometimes use this in the woods. I still don't like using high-speed drivers in woody situations, but this thing feels awesome. So it's in my bag. Appreciate you guys watching. Besides that, I've got Rainfly, my 2020 bag tag. Still got to work on getting a new number. Got 164 right now. My chalk bag in here with my whale socks, a little bit of chalk. My Prana bag. Got some minis here. A mini M4. Nice Prodigy Disc mini here. Really like those guys. Inside the bag here, got some tape. Got some fingers here that sometimes need some taping up. Athletic tape. Some more towels. I got the bean bag, the hacky sack. Been having fun with those this year. A couple more extra minis. Some pencils. My water bottle here, 32 ounce. I don't like getting the really big tall ones. I always hit my elbow on them. I got my speaker in there for now. Probably be switching out for some headphones when it comes to tourney season again. Got my hot hand still. It's kind of on that brisk of winter, spring here in Minnesota. Some Northern Lights stickers in there, some pencils, pens, markers. Oh yeah, got these as well here. A couple BK stamped 350 GA2s. So anybody following us on Northern Lights Disc Golf Experience or the Northern Lights Experience with Mitch, we're giving away some discs here. So if you're on that page, I want you to like, comment, and share this in the bag video, and one of these discs will go to one of those lucky persons. We'll do a little raffle on who all did those three things. So like, comment, and share on our Northern Lights Experience Facebook page. And then I also got another one, same thing, same stamp, for my Instagram at BKStyle33, at BKStyle33. So go ahead, go on over, like that page, like, comment, and share. Again, this in the bag. I guess you don't need to share it, but comment, like it, like the page, and you'll also be entered into a raffle for one of these 350 GA2s. So again, I appreciate you guys watching. It's gonna be a fun season once the season starts. Getting excited about it. So take it easy, guys. Appreciate it.